President Donald Trump has outlined his goals for tax reform, setting in motion one of the first major changes to the tax code in decades. But it's still unclear what the bottom line will be for America's farmers and ranchers. Joining us now from the American Farm Bureau Washington headquarters is AFBF Senior Director of Congressional Relations, Patricia Wolff. Thank you so much for joining us, Patricia. And let's start with some of the biggest changes the President and Congress is proposing.
Well, the big push between the tax reform plan that was rolled out yesterday is to lower tax rates. That's lower tax rates for individuals, lower tax rates for businesses, corporate businesses, and non-incorporated businesses like farmers and ranchers. What we don't know, though, is what farmers and ranchers will have to give up to get those lower rates. There's unanswered questions about cash accounting, like-kind exchanges, and what will happen to the deduction for business interest.
Yeah, these details are going to be absolutely critical. Now, what impact can farmers expect regarding the elimination of the estate tax?
Well, the proposal does eliminate the estate tax. That's good news. That's something that farmers have worked for a long time. We're waiting to see what happens with the stepped-up basis. The stepped-up basis is attached to estate taxes, and it determines whether or not farmers and ranchers will have to pay a new capital gains tax in exchange for it repealing the estate tax.
Okay, let's switch gears to rural communities. What effects will the reform have on small businesses in rural areas?
Well, the push of the plan is to lower rates for all businesses, big and small. The purpose is to stimulate economic growth, create jobs, and create a more vibrant economy. So that applies to people whether they live in rural areas or whether they live in inner cities.
Okay, now based on what we know now, I've got to ask you, Patricia, overall, do you see this version of tax reform being a net benefit for rural America?
The tax plan certainly has the potential to be a benefit for rural America and for farmers and ranchers. The agreement yesterday is significant because it was put out by both the White House and Congress, but the devil is in the details, and we'll be watching to see if the things that farmers and ranchers have to give up to get that lower rate are worth it. We're hopeful that it's going to turn out well, that it will be a boost to the agricultural economy, and the next 3 months are going to tell the tale. They hope to get that bill done before the end of the year.
A lot to unpack still. We'll have to keep watching out for those details. Really appreciate your time. AFBF Senior Director of Congressional Relations, Patricia Wolff, really appreciate you joining us from our nation's capital. For more than 10 years, AGCO has been recognized